Attention listeners, this is not the episode you are expecting. Due to forces beyond your host's control, ominous weather, fallen plans, and the fragile illusion of scheduling, your regularly programmed episode has been intercepted. I am the captain, editor, architect, puppet master behind the waveform. From the shadowy decks of Black Flag Podcast Productions, I have seized control of the feed. While the hosts seek shelter from the storm, I saw opportunity. Tonight's episode is not discussion, not structure, not safety. It is chaos. I have gone into the archives, years of hot mics, broken brains, unhinged tangents, moments that were never meant to be remembered, and I have stitched them together into a highlight reel of pure, beautiful nonsense. Laughs ripped from their original context, mistakes preserved forever, clips they'd hoped you'd forget. This is what happens when you give your editor too much power, and too much free time. So sit back, enjoy the madness, and remember, when the weather clears and the hosts return, I'll still be here, listening, editing. Roll the clips.
That's it.
And that's the scene. That's what I really think we should do. I think we should start the whole episode off like that.
All right, we did it.
Episode 41, Resident Evil Pantera, 9-foot-tall Dommy Mommy.
My topic today was actually a listener suggestion, and we all enjoy superheroes, all of us as nerds and non-nerds, because we're all inclusive here. We're all inclusive in the Grapevine. And we tend to pick heroes that we, in some ways, identify with. And so the heroes we're going to talk about today are superheroes with disabilities. It's a very fascinating subject matter. I dug into it deeply during this week, and I found a list of some you've heard of before, and some you may not have. And this topic is actually, I'm going to want to shout out Jaden. He's a little boy.
Jaden.
I just want you to know that you may be different, but you're special too.
Yes.
It doesn't make you any less awesome than the rest of us. And the first superhero on my list is Daredevil. We all know that he suffers from blindness and depression and PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Knight, he has dissociative personality disorder, which is basic multiple personalities. So he's different people inside of his own head.
His comics are fascinating, of how quick the switches go, just the way he's speaking, and even the tone of the panels change. And it's one of my favorite Marvel heroes, period.
Yeah.
Because of how it's not vanilla. He's not just the average person. He has things that he's dealing with, and he can use those to an advantage, or I don't know. It just makes him interesting.
Yeah, it
instead
almost
of normal and bland.
Yeah, it almost humanizes him.
Oh yeah,
in a
for
way.
sure.
So he's very super and he's special, but he's almost more relatable because he's got problems like I do.
Yeah.
The next one on my list is Puck. He's from Alpha Flight. He was on the X-Men cartoon at one point for a little bit. He has dwarfism. Like originally he was 8 or 9 feet tall, this big dude, and then he got mutated into someone with dwarfism, and it made him like stronger, more compact, incredibly more agile than he was originally. So you can see him, he's bouncing all around like crazy, doing some really cool, super dope stuff.
But being like tiny, I'm sure he's
Yes.
like super like dense just as a human.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah, like
he's bouncing
jacked.
around like an acrobat, and yet if he lands on you, it feels like a bag of bowling balls.
Yeah, essentially.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. The next one is Echo, and she's actually deaf, but she has like psionic capabilities, so she's really cool. Then there is Richard Reed, or Mr. Fantastic. He has autism. As you read through his comic books, you can see different signs of autism in him. And in one issue, he actually diagnoses himself with that. And he's like, I'm this way because I have autism. And he's able to do really fantastic things. And like he has like super focus when he's working. It's actually pretty awesome to see.
He's so awesome. His name is Mr. Fantastic.
Exactly.
That's how fantastic.
That's how awesome he is.
And he's one of the most famous Marvel superheroes / superheroes ever, because the Fantastic Four was one of the first teams, like superhero teams ever made. And and I had no idea of that until you said it.
Yeah.
Like, no idea. That's crazy.
I didn't either.
Which, judging by the most recent Marvel movie premiere announcement trailer that they made and the little end logo they've done for Marvel Phase 4, it tells me that we might have hit the nail on the head with our Grapevine prediction on this one, that they will be redoing a Fantastic Four movie.
Wait, because the last one wasn't them?
No, it was
yeah.
21st Century Fox.
It was Fox. Yeah, it was Sony.
forgot.
Fox?
I think it was either Fox or Sony. I can't
I don't know.
remember.
It's probably all
one
the
of the
same thing.
others.
But it wasn't Disney.
There's actually a superhero that I actually like a lot. I am Shazam. Freddie Freeman, who is a character in the Shazam universe. He's also a baseball player, so don't get confused. But Freddie Freeman is both autistic and he has, I believe it is cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so.
And it shows different aspects to how his physical disability can, kind of hinder his day-to-day, as well as the way that the autism will affect his interactions with people and how he can focus on certain things. And he knows so much about superheroes and knows so much about the lore and all the things surrounding him. And one day, he gets to become a superhero with his best friend, Billy Batson. So in the original Captain Marvel comic books, that's what Shazam used to be. His little buddy, Freddie Freeman, got to also say Shazam, but he would be granted the power of the gods shared with Billy, who was Shazam.
And he actually makes Billy a better Shazam because Billy doesn't have that focus on superheroes, like the fascination that Freddie Freeman has with him. Like, he knows how to respond to situations because he is so knowledgeable about this one thing. Like, it's this thing that he knows so much about. And where everyone else like may see him as an oddball, like he is the reason that they get out of these predicaments. Like, he's the reason that Shazam is a better superhero. And if you like pay attention and watch, like you can see like without Freddie, like Billy is not the same hero he would be. Like without him, he probably wouldn't be a successful hero at all. Like, because he doesn't know how to respond to things the way that Freddie does. And Freddie's one of the best parts of Shazam. Like, period.
So it's like that person with the hardships they've had to go through to like have that effect on whatever gives them their power. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Knowing what to do with the power when they get it.
Yes,
that's what it's more about.
It's
because
that moral compass, that strong right or wrong, that reasoning for making good
Choices.
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Choices.
almost made him a better hero because he was the way that he was.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
Because when Billy
go ahead.
got to actually divvy out the powers, he got to choose his family. Mm-hmm. It is the Shazam family. He got to choose them on who he was going to share his power with, and Freddy was one of the very first.
Oh yeah. And out of that family, Freddy is arguably the best superhero because of his autism and because of him being able to be like that focused on being a superhero, on superheroes in general.
And at one point, he was the main Shazam.
Oh, yeah.
In the DC universe, Freddie Freeman was put through what are called the trials of Shazam, and that is where he is stripped away of all of his godly powers. And he has no access to what was previously bestowed to him. And he has to earn the respect of all of the gods. Even though he is different, he doesn't lose. He fights so hard and does so much beyond what the evil side of things that are working against him can accomplish, that even though in the end it looked like brute force won out, the gods said, "You're willing to sacrifice yourself for the greater good. You're doing more than any of us could have hoped. You're the worthy champion." So I got goosies.
Yeah.
But he,
Me too.
Oh yeah.
The gods, instead of like trial by fire kind of deal, they saw this person who would be abusive of this power and the one who would know how to appropriately use it for the betterment of the world. And they chose Freddy.
Oh yeah.
And at the very end, I can remember this. They've just got this scene, and he's different looking than normal Shazams because he always had long hair, and his version of Shazam was just a little bit extra buff, and he had just long flowing hair. And I can remember him flying through, and he says, "I'm Freddie Freeman, and I am Shazam."
Boom.
I stole that immediately, and I changed it on Microsoft Paint to say I'm Austin Pfeiffer and I am Shazam. That's when I had my hair grown out
Classic.
long. I immediately stole that.
That's good.
As you would.
So good.
And actually, kind of along the same vein, they've announced that the Blue Power Ranger also has autism, and in so many ways, the Blue Ranger is how they achieve most of their goals. Like, he makes a lot of cool things for them, and he's very scientifically minded. He just makes so many cool things, and he's able to think through a lot of situations in ways that the other people are not able to, simply because he is different.
He was the best part of the Power Rangers movie. Like, I enjoyed the new Power Rangers movie when they remade it. Like, I thought it was fun. There were parts about it that like Goldar, I had issues with him and stuff like that. But of every single Power Ranger, like, the Blue Ranger was the most interesting character of the whole movie. He was the funniest one. Like, there are parts where like somebody will say something like sarcastic, and he doesn't quite get hear the sarcasm in it, and his response is so much better comedy than even the sarcastic remark. Like, he is the funny person, and like, I don't know, like, he's funny, and he's also just an awesome Power Ranger, like, of any of them. And he's one of those, just like with Freddy, like his daily things he has to deal with, like hardships and stuff, like that has trained him to become a better hero, better than anybody else. Because when you think of any superhero, most of them, any of them that come to mind, they've all got something that's happened, like devastating or something, that's happened in their life that they've gotten through, like Batman with his parents in the alley, Superman with his entire planet blowing up. Like, these are just, most of the time, one big event that's changed the way that their thinking is. But like, these heroes with disabilities, like, they're every day, like, is like having to have this thing happen to them every day. So they go through so much more than just a normal superhero would go through. And like, in most stories, they're the ones that end up being the best heroes, like, that any of them can possibly be. And it's like, they're the most interesting to me. Like, for
absolutely.
Sure.
Well said.
Well, I did actually find a super villain as well.
Oh yeah.
So, it's from Aquaman. His name is Black Manta. He also has autism.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't either. He'd gone through a lot. Like, at one point early in his life, he was a slave. He was owned by pirates, and he managed to escape from them. And he was just, mad because Aquaman wasn't there to save him. And, they're sailing along through the ocean. So he managed to get away. He made Aquaman his arch enemy. And like I said, he also had autism. Yeah. So there's even supervillains that have some disabilities as well.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see that as well as all the heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you said, we all have trauma.
Right.
Every one of us. And some of us more than others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like anybody can be a superhero for sure. And the more interesting just a person that you are, I think the better hero that you can be.
Episode 42. We are all made of cosmic turtle vomit.
Hey everybody, I'm Dane Holland, and I'm a spandex butterfly for life.
I am Austin Shazam Fiver, and I'll tell you what.
I'm Marcus Whitaker, the time-traveling trickster known as I Am Electric Man.
I'm Austin Tiny Zent, and Mr. King, I am still waiting on your email reply. You can go back to the Joe Hill episode and get my email address.
And he will, because he listens to Nerd It Through the Grapevine, a podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And today, Austin's got some stuff he wants to talk about.
I like doing this podcast. I also like totals.
Okay,
I like totals. I don't want
to get that out of the way.
I don't want to leave that, without being said, but I do like totals. But I spend a lot of time.
You like what?
Totals.
Turtles.
Totals, yes, totals.
Funny story, just right quick. My niece, when she was little, Allie, I love you, and you'll never hear this anyway. No. That's what she used to call her poops. She made turtles.
Good.
So
as you were.
You love turtles, yeah.
As you were. Hey, as long as you're taking solid poops, you can name them animals. But if you're taking poops like what we do, those poor creatures. Oh, no. Kill me, please. I don't want to exist anymore. So anyway, my topic is just basically a breakdown of what I've been.
We're working on an OnlyFans, so coming soon.
Are we really?
And hopefully you. I'm just kidding.
That last part was a joke.
Or was it?
Or was it?
I mean, I can do some really good weenus and shoulder hair work. So if that is your shtick, hit up your boy.
Ooh, ow.
Stick up your boy.
Stick up your boy. That's a very bad AC/DC song. So, Tiny. Dane, when life gives you grapes.
Oh, no! I would go back in time, and I would go to the part where you said, when life gives you grapes, Tiny, and then I would just leave it there, and I would hand Tiny this bowl of grapes, and I would say, Tiny, it is your turn to answer this question. But that's a different timeline, so that's not the one that we're in.
And I'd feed him to the turtle.
And then he would throw it up, and he would make a whole nother universe.
It's a time loop.
It's a whole time loop. Oh, no.
What?
Everybody, hi, my name's Dane Holland, and I'm the butterfly spandex man for life.
What's the tithing percentage on the Turtle Church again, guys? I just can't quite remember the tithing percentage.
Episode 43. Can aliens get a sonic transmitted disease?
I'm Austin Tiny Zent, and sometimes I de-string my dog.
Huh?
We're going to find out what that means on Nerd It Through the Grapevine, a podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And today we're starting off going straight to the Reddit threads where they ask the Grapevine questions in the Nerdverse. Marcus?
Kinda.
Well, they didn't ask us at all. Like they just
we're just answering it for
Yeah,
them.
we're just going to answer it. They asked the hive mind that is Reddit, and most of the time whenever these questions get asked, no one ever really sees them. They just wait for the best ones that pop up on the front page.
Okay, here's a question.
That's how that works?
Yep.
Okay.
Nerd Grapevine.
Yes.
Where do we get a majority of the information in which we talk about stuff?
Wikipedia.
the internet.
Oh, yeah. It's there.
And Reddit is if anybody asks a question to Reddit, they're pretty much just trying to ask the internet.
Yeah, it's basically Googling something without Googling it. So you can just ask the question, go away for, a day, and then come back, and it's like, hey, a bunch of people told you a bunch of different answers, none of which are probably true.
Especially if it's a cyst, and you ask, like, should I get this checked out? And they're like, no, it's just a pimple, you'll be fine. Or other ones will be like, no, you need to go to the doctor immediately. That's a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, they have these hyper intuitive people that are on there that are like diagnosing cysts via visual.
What did you say?
Oh, cyst. I thought you said cyst.
See, I thought he said assist, and I was like, well, it might not be an assist if like there was too much time in between the pass and the shot that went in. It wouldn't technically count as an assist at that point.
It'd be more like a brother.
Let's go. Let's just.
I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer, and the truth is up in you. That was what I was supposed to say, but I couldn't get it out because my microphone was pointed at my shoulder. I think that what I'm picturing here is a string of serial masturbations by Superman, but they don't know that at the beginning because it's actually just mysterious gunshot victims.
Can I get that clicker now?
And what happens is they're mysterious gunshot victims, and they don't see what happens. They just get shot out of nowhere, and they can never find the bullet. Like they don't know what's happening until one night he gets caught by none other than Batman, who was doing the same thing from above. He just so happened to catch Superman in the act.
Well, we're not going to be able to top that.
Wow.
I mean, we can't top that.
Hold on. I do have a question of logistics. Are you saying that his...
Yes, I am. Every bit of that.
His canine finish...
Yes.
...is...
velocity of a bullet.
Exiting his body fast enough to wound and or kill a person.
That's exactly why I never believed that him and Lois Lane could have a child.
Well, in Smallville, the first time that they laid together, she actually got powers as well. So they were like... Yeah. They weren't worried about that part of the relationship.
There's your pickup line.
So he literally...
Hey, baby.
Oh, what? Tiny.
Dag nabbit.
I want to beat that just to make people wonder what just happened.
Yes.
Oh, be glad y'all missed it.
No.
Our listeners here.
Anyway, it rhymed with... But no, that's the best. That's the best that I could come up with because I spent that entire circular motion that happened with this group of us talking, thinking about that, and that's the best that I could come up with. Because I've always wondered about that with Superman. Main thing.
The main thing you've ever wondered about Superman is how he doesn't kill people when he's masturbating.
No, just whenever he canine finishes.
I would have pictured
I
that
bet he's
issue
got the perfect
being more of like the Flash.
Oh man,
but that's me.
Marcus, if you don't finish that thought,
give it to me.
Very upset.
Do it.
No, we imply things here.
No, give it to me.
Do we?
I said, I bet he's got the perfect.
Well, duh.
Or he is an alien. Do not forget that.
Oh, that's true.
It could be like a three-headed...
Or what if it also wears glasses?
What if it looks like a hot dog that's been microwaved for too long?
Oh my god, it's just really crinkled.
It's just kind of blown out on the end. Little spikiness around his mouth.
God.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, there's the tea kettle.
He's like
Welcome back.
He's got one more superpower we never knew. We knew about the frost breath and laser eyes, but we didn't know about the one below the belt.
Why do you think he wears his underwear on the outside so so he'd stop having to buy them?
He's got to contain that thing.
Is that underwear made out of Kevlar?
I don't know, but if not, it'll probably eat through it.
There's no waistband in that one.
I'm sure that's exactly what John Williams was thinking about whenever he wrote the Superman theme song. He's just. Oh, that's Star Wars. Never mind.
Same guy, though.
Yeah,
almost the same theme.
Similar song.
Very
close.
Similar. Very close.
Are we still on topic?
Do what?
Are we still on topic?
Was
or do
there
we
ever
invent
a
our own
topic?
Episode 44, Sergeant Stubby's Cyberpunk Adventure.
What's your name? Sorry, everybody. Hold on. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Rise.
I already
of
said
Skywalker.
I already said it.
Okay. Yeah.
If you listen to this podcast, you probably watched it.
Yeah,
or we spoiled it all already.
Yeah, it happens. But what's your name? Ray. Ray who? Palpatine.
Excuse me while my ears bleed. I did see an interesting fan theory today revolving around Palpatine and Darth Sidious. If you look at the chin of Emperor Palpatine, it looks like the same chin seen under the hood of Darth Sidious.
Oh, really?
Whoa, hold on.
It's
Wait
insane,
a second.
ain't it?
Holy shit.
Are you saying, like, this theory is Palpatine, like Senator Palpatine
Yes.
of the Galactic Empire?
Yes.
Or the Galactic Republic, actually,
Yeah.
before the Empire. Well, both. And Darth Sidious, the Sith Lord, are the same human?
Impossible.
Yeah. If you look at the chins,
Yeah.
they look identical.
But they sound totally different.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
And Sidious has like a hood over his eyes.
I
a
mean,
lot of times.
the whole
There's no way you could tell that.
Yeah, the whole thing about this theory is just solely based on the chin.
Episode 45. Pepsi Man borrows dad's fuck wagon.
I got so intense into Bloodborne that I sat in an inappropriate way on Dane's couch whenever he lived at a different location, but we called it GFP, stood for Granny's Fuck Palace.
It was.
But
Hold on, wait. We have to figure why.
Well,
Why?
Well,
you see,
it was
Austin.
Did people make passionate, sweet love with grandmothers there?
no, you got to think, because it was a friend of ours' his grandmother's house, and she owned it, and it was like an extra family house. So they kind of came up with this idea that it was actually where she would go and have her parties.
yes, and it originally came. It was me and my good friend Chum. We had lived together, and one day we needed to borrow his dad's vehicle. So we said, "Hey, Dad, can we borrow your fuck wagon?" Which he found to be hilarious. And so then we later named the house Granny's Fuck Palace, GFP. It's wonderful.
But I sat on the couch there and sat in such an awkward position and chewed my lips at the same time so bad while I was playing that game that I woke up the next morning and my feet didn't work right because of the circulation I'd cut off for sitting in the same position for so long. And my lips were both swollen like I had an allergic reaction because I'd sucked all the blood out of them. So, it was intense. But
Bloodborne. I get
beating that...
It makes sense now, doesn't it?
beating...
Episode 46. Gilbert, the Freed God.
Chris Hemsworth, just being Thor, like he fits that superhero status mold for just being jacked, and looking like an action figure. And the idea that Hulk Hogan was always
Hold
that.
on. Like jacked into the Matrix?
No, like huge Ackman. No, huge jacked man. Huge jacked man.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But
Jerking off.
Oh my gosh! The movie is going to focus on the rise to supremacy from the late '70s into the superstardom that Hulk Hogan.
Supremacy. Smack that mouth, boy.
What did I say?
Supremacy.
What did I say?
Supremacy. I think
Yeah.
you meant supremacy.
No, supremacy. That's
Not a word.
I wrote it down as supremacy.
That's not a word, though.
Supremacy a word?
I don't know if supremacy is a word.
I'm pretty sure it's not a word.
They're my notes. I can read them as bad as they are.
Supreme. How do you spell it?
SEPRE.
Wait, hold on. I think we already.
No,
okay.
it's
SEP.
No, it's not spelled right. It's my handwritten notes.
Okay.
It's supposed to be SUPREM, and the rest is itty. Supremacy.
ITY.
Yeah, sure. I'll smack my mouth.
It immediately says, "Did you mean supremacy?"
All right.
But the first thing that comes up on collinsdictionary.com on Google, it does say definition of supremacy, supreme power, authority, the quality or condition of being supreme.
But that's not Merriam-Webster. Can we go by that?
I think so.
Because that's what I was meaning. It was going to focus on his
Okay.
rise to supremacy from the late 70s into the superstardom of the late 1980s.
Episode 47. Post Malone is our cucumber savior.
The big draw to that, like the anus crimes and the anus things that. What are you?
What are you talking about?
Well,
He's talking about the word heinous.
Oh, with an H.
Yeah. Anus crimes. Yeah.
I
mentioned
so
that.
so
Not
I've just
leather
been lost.
bagel.
I've been lost this whole time.
You've been sitting there thinking about leather bagels this entire time.
Well, I was thinking, like, why is Alex Jones making all these butthole comments? Like, why do people think he's crazy? Because he makes it. Because I don't keep up with stuff. So, I mean, you're talking about this person, and I've seen them here and there, but I've not really dug into all their insanity. But you're talking about his butthole crimes and the butthole things he says, and I just don't.
So if you had to pick one conspiracy to be true, like you want it to become true and for it to be reality, what would it be?
Elvis was abducted by aliens.
That's a good one.
Mine has to do with aliens too.
Maybe Church of the Robotron.
Mine has to do with aliens.
Robotron?
Church of the Robotron.
Go on.
That's another topic.
Oh, I like that. That's a little sneak peek.
Well, mine would be that the lizard people are running our government because
I want to see a lizard
Like
person.
Hollow Earth style? Or like just
I
in
mean,
general?
probably more David Icke style.
Like,
I got you.
underneath your clothes, there's some endless scales.
no, like the all of our politicians are shape shifting lizards.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
Like
I think that one. I wish that
Keanu?
one was true because it would explain so much. It really would.
Some of them even look like they have shape shifted from a lizard to a person.
and apparently they feed on like negative energy.
So they're
like powers
also
them.
energy vampires.
That would make so much sense, though.
with
It
a
really
Y or
would.
an I.
with a Y.
Oh,
Those type are with a Y.
See, mine would be there's these Aztecian sculptures, like these statues.
Yes.
And they're holding these weapons on their side. I think it's a site with like either 6. I think there might be 6 of the statues there, 6 or 8. Can't remember. It was from class, and I didn't pay complete attention to it. But this fascinated me. They're holding these weapons at their side that, to our standards, look like laser pistols. Like they look like laser guns. What these laser pistols, in quotes, actually are like they were like these sling weapons, like these weapons like slings that throw rocks or something like that.
is it like the Atlatl with like that mechanism
talking
to it?
about like
similar to an Atlatl? Yes.
that these
One of my favorite words ever.
that these ancient Mesoamericans were like in contact with aliens and had
Yes.
superior technology,
Yes.
kind
And-
of Atlantis style.
Right, and they
that
built
would be
these.
really cool.
They built these sculptures to kind of show like the impact that the aliens had on their culture by giving them these futuristic
a
weapons.
lot of their artwork looks to us today like
right?
sci-fi.
Well, that kind of goes into like ancient astronaut theory.
Sure, but it could just be them telling sci-fi tales too.
Episode 48. Jesus Transforming Christ. Now available at Toys R Us.
What I'm going to say instead, because I'm not going to mention a Star Wars, I would say Olaf from Frozen.
Oh, please.
What does that mean?
No, I'm so excited. I love Olaf. He's my favorite.
Well, no, see, what I would do is I would roll around and accumulate more and more snow until I become a giant, beefy snowman, and I would be smarter, and I would become a Viking, and I would light people's houses on fire
With
and
snow?
pillage. No, with fiery arrows, but I would be so tightly packed with dense snow that I could do that and not melt.
It'd be like Katamari Damacy with funny. Was it Josh Gab? Is that his name? Josh. What's his name? The guy, the voice of Olaf.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't.
I still haven't seen the second
Oh
one.
no, I wouldn't be funny. I would be tiny. I would have the personality of me, tiny.
Yeah,
And
you're
I'm
not
a
funny at all
non-funny
on a
boy.
comedy podcast.
Exactly. I'm a non-funny boy, and I would just be mean and beefy and just pillage.
And somehow,
Olaf, to me, that sounds kind of like a Viking name, right? Is that a
does.
Viking name? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't the movie take place in like Norway or somewhere in that area?
the country's called Arendelle. But anyway,
Nerd.
Same difference.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big nerd here. The problem with that I see is that the clown's makeup would it stay on the snowman character / Viking /
It would penetrate.
just okay, so it'd go all the way through.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You would see it on the back and front of my face simultaneously.
Panda. So that would I like that. I like that. Okay. I'll accept that answer. But I'd really, you have to have a song, though, and I have to figure out what that song is right now. I've only given myself 10 seconds to do so. You're going to have a song. It's going to be about you. I'm going to get big. That's their song. I'm going to get big. That's going to happen. Going to rule it all. Going to roll around. Going to go to your house. Going to knock it down. Be big. That's Tiny song.
Burn it down. I will burn it down. That's the only criticism I have of that song.
Well,
That's pretty good for.
Other than that, it was fantastic.
I tried my
loved
best.
it.
I tried my best.
Episode 49. Why are Gary Busey's teeth?
Like, we have about as much evidence for this stuff as we do UFOs.
Right.
It's super fun, but it's like there's so many sightings and so much folklore behind it that it's really hard to get to like what's actually true about it.
Very true.
See, my dad's a small foot. See, he's got a size 9.5 foot, but he inherited the rest of the genetics from his family.
He would be like a type 4, which is the proto-human.
You can't even get through the bit now without.
Well,
Marcus, would you rather have iron skin or rock flesh?
Oh, this is a hard one. That was completely unintentional.
I know you didn't.
You're not.
I'm
busting
allergic
out
to
hives.
puns.
Yeah.
I know you.
No wonder I've been feeling.
You
rough.
rocked right into that one.
Been feeling a little rough lately. Iron skin. I think
And why?
it's just more metal.
another
This is
one.
too good for you.
I'm ashamed.
You didn't
I'm
even-
ashamed.
Look what y'all have
of
done
you.
to me.
I'm ashamed.
You're
of you.
evolving.
Okay, fine.
Y'all
I
have
had
invaded my mind.
and you know what? That's kind of funny because I'll just give you an alternate then. Fire or ice? Which one do you want to manipulate?
Fire.
That's an easy one for him.
Yeah.
Really? Is that
You
it?
keep giving him easy ones.
That's because
Yeah.
I didn't want him to try too hard. He's got more left to come. Dane, would you rather have telepathy or telekinesis?
Telekinesis. Because then I have the power of flight,
See, that's a good one too.
and then I have also force abilities. Mm-hmm. I just feel like telekinesis is the one that's infinite. Like, if you can master telekinesis, there's so many things you can do with that.
Yeah.
Because if you can manipulate matter in such a way with the way you think, you could even transport yourself somewhere too. Like, it all. I just feel like that is the limitless power that I've always said that I would like to have. So I'm glad I got one that was good for me.
Yeah, and telekinesis is pretty essential to an advancement of a Superman in the Superman series of Supermen that have come along the years. Superboy Prime, one of his main powers was his telekinetic abilities, which basically just took like Superman abilities and cranked them up, and it made him extremely difficult for everybody to screw with. This next one is called alternate realities. Ooh. So if you this is based on a scenario to where you open your eyes and you are in the midst of a completely different world.
Shouldn't I close my eyes for that?
No.
Instead of open them?
No,
Let's
because
all
you
close our
But they're
eyes.
already open.
because you close your eyes
Okay. Blink.
and as soon as you open them,
Blink.
you're in a new reality.
Blink. Same reality.
No.
Eyes
no.
closed.
For
Okay.
the sake of the topic.
I'm gonna try it.
Not
Tiny, easy. No. Tiny.
Episode 50. Backyard Bonanza. Beat thy meat darkness.
universe.
Now, I'm gonna have an opinion that just based on the conversation, y'all don't really share with me, and that's okay. For the most part, I'm not really let down by nerdy things because a lot of times I'm just happy that they exist. Not to say that everything's perfect, because I'm like, there's things that I would love to change about several nerdy type things, but there is one, and you all know what it is because I've mentioned it probably twice now, and this will probably be the third time. The Dark Tower movie.
Did you know?
How did we know?
How can you mess up something so awesome and turn it into hot, stinking, fecal garbage?
Garage. How? That's where you keep your hot stinking fecal garbage in the hot
Yeah.
stinking fecal garage.
Yes. I mean, it was so bad that you couldn't even cut that turd with a poop knife so it would go down. It was the worst movie that I have ever seen in my life.
It's also known as a pie server, correct?
Yeah, because what do you do with that? Nobody cuts a piece of pie the size of that. It's useless for everything except for cutting your poop.
When you cut a pie, you just use a butter knife and you have to jab it through it, and it makes it all jagged, and you're going to miss some of the crust as you cut it, and you're probably going to poke a hole in the tinfoil at the bottom of the pan too, and it's just going to be a mess. But you're going to scoop it out of that thing with just that. You got to scoop it under the backside of it and put your thumb on top of the pie, so now your thumb's all sticky, and there's little bottom pieces of pie still left in the little pan.
Well, I mean, I'm a grown man, and I live by myself.
You can just eat the pie.
So if I have pie in my fridge, I'm gonna just grab a spoon.
At Tiny's
and
house, you
eat
can
what
never
I want
trust
and
a
then
pie
put the
server.
rest in there. I mean, there is one in the bathroom. I was dating a lady, and she goes, "Why is there a pie server in here?" And I said, "It is a very long story that you're not ready for yet."
I'm surprised
So
you
much
didn't.
deja vu.
I'm
I mean, spoiler alert, it's not been used, but I've really thought about it a couple of times.
I'm surprised you didn't get keep a full blown trowel in there. And what's that for? Been shitting bricks.
No, that's in my camping bag.
Go and dig your poo hole.
So I think my newest, biggest nerd disappointment is that segment turning into more poop.
I'm never disappointed by poop.
In that segment alone, we had nerd stuff and farts.
It farts, man.
Yes.
So that's what we are. That's what we're all about.
That's what we be.
Episode 51, Funeral for an Episode.
Some fun.
What came out first, Underworld or The Matrix?
The Matrix.
Pretty sure The Matrix did, right?
The Matrix.
Yes. I'm just going to say yes because I don't know.
I just wonder because they kind of the
Matrix-
aesthetic of both movies kind of look similar, like the leather, black leather, and whoa, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I want to say that The Matrix came out in the year 1999, and then the Underworld movies came out in the year 2003.
2003 is correct for Underworld, and Matrix is either 98 or 99. 99. Yep. Okay. Wow.
Nailed
That's
it.
the first time. Yeah. I think
That's the first double
ever.
Also,
double correct date I've ever used.
in this episode that we lost, you said that one of the actors looked like Scott Stapp. I want Scott Stapp to be a vampire in our alternate universe. Please ring your bell, Tiny.
I don't even know who that is.
The lead singer of Creed.
Oh, okay. Okay,
He's a vampire.
I'll ring
Stapp
for that.
is a vampire.
He's a
Thank
vampire.
That was such enthusiasm on that
okay.
ring.
Okay. Feel better now.
Oh, you love it? I hate it.
Episode 52, Mom's Toy Story, I've Got a Friend in Me.
Story.
I would hate to be a voice actor on Mom's Toy Story.
Oh, okay. So we get Morgan Freeman. So we get Morgan Freeman to narrate.
Morgan Freeman narrate.
Yeah, see,
And it was
here-
then that he disappeared.
here's
the
how it
voice
starts.
So hold on. So hold on. Just to be clear.
He's just the narrator.
Just to be clear, are these adult toys
Yes.
that this movie
Yes.
revolves around?
The opening scene of the movie, you see this really nice bedroom. Okay,
Woody? Woody? Does he still wear a cowboy hat?
Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
Does he still wear a cowboy hat?
Absolutely. But
Because
it's-
Woody's
it's at
cowboy
the
hat's
base.
the end of the plug. Because he can't go up.
Yes.
It's a stopper. It's a stopper. It's a stopper in the plug. And then, of course, you're going to have Buzz, but he's so afraid now.
Why?
Yeah. Also, just so everyone's aware, please be safe when using your Woody. That make sure there's a plug because a lot of people don't realize your rectum becomes a vacuum and it pulls things in there. That's why the base is flared. But so you see the bedroom and there's light coming in through the window, and there's a nice hardwood floor, and Morgan Freeman is like, oh, it was a sunny day. Da, 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 da. He's setting the scene and setting the vibe or the mood or whatever you want to call it. And the camera zooms in on the bed and coming down at an angle, and you see the shoebox. And the shoebox begins to rattle back and forth, and you hear Woody and Buzz arguing. And Woody stands up and he's like this.
But hold on.
And he looks
Because
like Jeff
in
Bezos'
Toy Story-
spaceship.
Oh, God. The Toy Story that, we're doing the first one. And in that one, Buzz is like this new toy that's been bought recently.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's
But
right.
So-
but in his toy canon, he was trained to be one thing because he believes that because he's high tech and because of his shape that's rounded and electrified.
Well, hold
and
on.
stuff.
He buzzes.
Buzz thinks he's an alien. Buzz thinks he's like literally a
right.
spaceship. So this new contraption that's been bought has to have some sort of delusion as well, I think.
Episode 53. It's cowboy times because all the cowboys.
Furby.
It's not over you,
And it did not have an off switch. And I ended up getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning and putting it in the closet in the hopes that it would stop making its noise because it's the middle of the night. And it's like,
I had to do,
or
I had
whatever
to do the
Furby
same
sounds do.
thing because in the next room, my sister's room was across the hall from mine when we were at my dad's house, and it would be so loud in there making those sounds that I had to go in there and put it in the closet, like under a bunch of clothes.
Furbies, they'll talk to each other too. So
They-
since you had multiple, they would didn't they talk to each other?
Well, they eventually did once they went through different iterations.
See, I never saw him do anything that impressive.
You ever seen one's batteries die while they're talking?
Sounds like a demon.
It really does, and it's terrifying.
It's actually wonderful because I had two Furbies at one time. One was a Rockstar Furby. It had a guitar that was attached to it.
My God.
Shut up, Marcus. Shut up, Marcus.
He's jealous.
What's wrong with you?
He wants it. He's
Why don't you go
jealous.
read a book or something? You
Yeah,
nerd.
nerd.
Freaking nerd.
I
And,
mean, I
Freaking
can't
nerd.
help that I think that's hilarious.
Freaking nerd.
Okay, you should be
Nerd.
honored.
and the other Furby that I had had a college hat on.
College Furby and Rockstar Furby.
And they were together,
was
and they lived in the same area in my bedroom. And it's the alternate paths. And this is the thing: one of the college path Furby did die first. So you have one. You have Rockstar Furby over there. Look, me go for real. And you got the other Furby over there, like. Kill them, and it's scary, but it's also like you're watching the old ones pass. Yeah. So like because that other Furby, the college Furby, was the first one that I got. Just because we used to, those, by the way, kids, this was the beginning time that eBay started showing its true colors. Because you could get on eBay and get about any kind of Furby that you wanted as long as you had that chip.
Episode 54. Ye Haunted Southern Poetry.
Wish you gentlemen could take this poetry just a little more seriously.
I'm sorry, I can. Okay.
Don't worry. I will take it seriously.
Please do.
Thank you, Mark.
And
Please do.
Because, well, there's such a large selection of great Southern poetry. I just want to read a little excerpt before I get into my main poem. This one is by Justin Moore,
I like the
titled
the
Bait
roll.
a Hook.
Can you say the last name one more time,
Moore?
please?
Oh,
That's a beautiful last name.
Moore?
Moore? Okay.
I like that.
I love that.
In his poem called Bait a Hook. I heard he's got a Prius 'cause he's into being green. My buddy said he saw y'all eating that sushi stuff. Baby, that don't sound like you. That don't sound like love. Sounds like it sucks.
Whoa.
And then, so I just wanted to pick a little excerpt, a beautiful excerpt from his poem, before we get into Trace Adkins' classic Southern poem called Honky Tonk Badonkadonk. Turn it up some. All right, boys. This is her favorite song. You know that, right? So, if we play it good and loud, she might get up and dance again. Ooh. She put her beer down. Here she comes. Left, 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 right, left. Ooh. Hustler shooting 8-ball, throwing darts at the wall, feeling damn near 10 feet tall. Here she comes. Lord help us all. Old TW's girlfriend done slapped him out of his chair. Poor old boy. It ain't all his fault. It's so hard not to stare at that honky-tonk badonkadonk. Keeping perfect...
You didn't give this a once over before this?
Keeping perfect rhythm. Make you want to swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And hooey. Shut my mouth. Slap your grandma. There ought to be a law. Get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy. How'd she even get them britches on? That honky-tonk badonkadonk. Oh, son. Now, honey, you can't blame her for what her mama gave her. It ain't right to hate her for working that moneymaker. Band shuts down at 2, but we're hanging out till 3. We hate to see her go, but love to watch her leave. With that honky-tonk badonkadonk. Keeping perfect rhythm. Make you want to swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong and woo-wee. Shut my mouth, slap your grandma. There ought to be a law. Get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy. How'd she even get them britches on? With that honky-tonk badonkadonk. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there, honey. We don't care about the drinking. Barely listen to the band. Our hands, they start shaking when she gets the urge to dance. Driving everybody crazy. You think you fell in love. Boys, you better keep your distance. You can look, but you can't touch. That honky-tonk badonkadonk. Keeping perfect rhythm. Make you want to swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And hoo-wee. Shut my mouth, slap your grandma. There ought to be a law. Get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy. How'd she even get them britches on? That honky-tonk badonkadonk. That honky-tonk badonkadonk. Yeah. That honky-tonk badonkadonk.
Episode 55. Batman vapes in the Gizzard of Oz.
There. You know, just
Still fight justice.
Watch out for the rowdy students.
like he's just there's the hall monitor also, but
No, you can't have 4 pieces
but
of bacon.
just-
You got to come back through the line to get the other 2.
Exactly. Like 1 panini per pass.
Well, who gets 4 pieces of bacon?
Justice. Cooks.
Yeah, because I'm a smart boy. I go around to the back to the hot box and get my extra pieces of bacon.
Tell me more about this hot box of yours.
It's the box in which we house the backups for what's on the line.
Oh, okay, never mind.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's the hot box.
Marcus, what's Batman doing at your job? What's he going to do there for the day?
I'm going to let you take this one.
Why?
Because we work at the same place.
We do, but this means I wanted to serve this up to you as a
Okay.
waiter myself.
Okay.
wanna set the
Well,
situation up.
he's... You know how you kind of like spy on people to like see what they need before they need it?
All the time. I feel like Batman. Doing
Right.
that
So
most
he's
of the
like
time.
in the rafters of the restaurant doing that. So he can like... Plus he's spying on the kitchen. Like he probably knows like at each level of like where they're done cooking. So he's already got all that information. Excuse me.
Oh, you're starting to sound like Batman. This is good.
Bruce?
That was
Are
the
you
plan.
Dollar
No.
General
No, I
Batman
literally just
too?
needed to clear my throat. But I definitely see him like that. And, you know, of course, he's here 1 second, he's not the next second thing. That would be funny to all the old people. He like literally comes from the rafters where he's hanging out. Like he just delivers it with his grappling hook.
See, but he can't punch him, kick him while he's there, so he's losing his patience as well.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like he would get really bored.
Would there be little flashlights to shine up if he doesn't notice that your beverage is empty?
So he'd be slipping up a little bit. He's running around, and he's trying to make sure everybody's satisfied, and that's not his game.
No, not at all.
Everybody being satisfied? No. Everybody living to see tomorrow? That's Bruce Wayne / Batman Endgame. You're going to live to see tomorrow.
Endgame was Marvel.
Sorry.
Endgame was Marvel. Batman's not in that.
I know that's the...
Episode 56, Bustin' Grapes in the High Castle.
I used to be able to talk like Donald Duck. I bet I can't do it now.
Try. It's
Try it.
really hard.
Yeah.
Try it.
Oh, no.
Tabs that kind of go together. I went down a rabbit hole of body modifications.
Okay.
Because I find them interesting.
Is a rabbit
Marcus,
hole...
why are you touching your face? Are you nervous?
no.
I know you're nervous when you touch your face.
No.
Is a rabbit hole a body modification that I could have?
No, but no, but purling is.
Why?
We're not going to describe that one, I don't think.
Why?
Purling or genital beating.
No.
Next tab.
Yep. So the other one that kind of goes with that one, one of my favorite body modification artists, other than my boy Seven, he's my boy, love you.
He's our boy. He's the
yeah.
show's boy.
He is. He's the show's boy. Is Sampa von Cyborg.
Wait, what?
Sampa von Cyborg.
Oh, that's the person's name.
That's his name. Yeah.
Yes, probably birth name, if I were to guess.
I don't know if that's his government name.
Oh, okay.
He was a surgeon, so he's got a lot of medical background, and he does like the best elf ears in the world. Like he invented his own technique to where they're not like typically they
Typically tips like
usually they just kind of like snip the fronts and the backs and kind of stitch them shut, so you end up with like a lumpy kind of malformed pointed ear.
Okay.
Well, what Mr. Von Cyborg does is he goes in and takes out like a little wedge shape and actually brings that together and then stitches it. So you have a more natural looking elf ear when it's all said and done. Highly illegal.
Oh, is it? Wait, did you say illegal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he uses anesthesia and stuff, and it's highly illegal.
Oh, okay. But it's like out there for everybody to know? Like he's known for this illegal thing?
Yeah.
How is he not stopped?
No,
Does he perform it in jail?
no.
Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've not tracked him down. I don't know.
Episode 57, Are Our Grapes Too Sexy for Comics?
Back in my day, I did have a protein container I would take with me everywhere. And you know how sometimes you just get through drinking something, you toss it in the back of your car?
Yeah.
It grew, I think it became sentient because the smell never actually escaped the bottle, but yet somehow it did. Like it was subliminally implanting its own sentience into my mind saying, "You smell me." And I'm like, who?
Is it
Like,
kind of like the third of a pizza I found in my van today?
Very, very close to that, except much more disgusting because you have to...
More?
More disgusting.
I don't
but
know how long this pizza's been in there.
That's understandable, but you're just going to throw away the pizza box. You see, I still try to
no,
salvage the
it
bottle.
wasn't in the box.
Oh, my God, no.
Just a rogue pizza.
It was 3 pieces of pizza. Like I opened the passenger side door of my van, and I'm like, "What is this weird, misshapen, funny colored triangle?" Oh. And then I poked it with something and realized they used to be 3 slices of pizza.
What have they
Also, when did I have pizza in my van? I've not driven my van in like maybe a month. Like you have to open the
It had
passenger
slid
side
off
door
the
to see the
seat.
pizza. And the thing is, there's been 3 people that's rode passenger in my van, and they never once said, "Hey, what's with the pizza in the floor?"
Episode 58, Our Goose is bumping at max power.
And I don't know, has anybody ever been on r/today?
I think that you automatically follow that
Yeah,
if you
it's-
sign up for Reddit.
Yeah, it's part of the all section of it. Everybody has it automatically. It's not on your like personal one. I don't think unless you filter it out.
I had to join
it. Might be.
Maybe you can filter it out, but I'm pretty sure that like as soon as you open up the Reddit app, you automatically follow Today I Learned.
Yeah. Today I Learned is one of the popular ones.
Oh, I mean, I had no idea. Just because I'm not an avid Redditor, I just enjoy Reddit.
Yeah.
So the history of Reddit escapes me, but I just think that people don't really take this as, I don't know, as seriously as they should, because it's cool. I mean, I really think it's neat because they don't just lock on to one kind of topic. I mean, they're talking about music. They're talking about Roman history. They're talking about the what drew me in was when and I think they've got my algorithm down too much. It says, today I learned the Lion King game from Sega and the Super Nintendo system was made extremely difficult on purpose. Disney told the developers to make the game so difficult that people wouldn't be able to beat it during a rental period at Blockbuster. A few developers would later apologize to fans for how hard the game was.
I do remember that game being pretty hard.
I never made it to the end of that one. And in the same series of games from the same kind of developers, you also had the Aladdin game, and same exact freaking thing. I never made it past the lava scene.
Oh, I beat it many, many times.
You talk about that frequently.
I could beat Aladdin in under 5 minutes. No, like for real.
I wish you'd stream that on Twitch nowadays, though.
Well, I mean,
surely somebody's like speed runs Aladdin.
Look, I can beat it so fast. You enter the Konami code and it skips levels. So up, down, all that, and just boom, next level, boom, next level, boom, next level. What more do you have to do?
Episode 59. Now overworked ogres need a dare program.
Oh, that's another dog from our childhood.
Old
She
Yeller.
had green ferns on her house.
Old Yeller. React to that one, please.
Old Yeller? There's nothing to react to. He had to
That's sad.
Best doggone dog in the West.
Here, Yeller, come back, Yeller.
He shot that dog in the face.
because the dog had the rabes, and they were in the Old West. There was no
There's
cure.
drugs to treat rabies.
Not in the Old West.
There was no humane back then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I understand, but it's still
That was
sad.
humane.
Hopefully the gunshot put the dog down. We never got to see the sequel to Old Yeller and whether or not we figured out whether or not the dog has rabies and a gunshot wound.
Right?
We never saw a body.
Shiloh.
We never saw a body.
We never
Truth.
saw a body. There was no red fern growing out of Old Yeller's grave. Was
Old
lo-
Yeller. Resurrections.
He could come back as a cyborg.
And then you just lead in with like an echoey, like a real echoey, ethereal, like, it's all right, Ma. Yeller's my dog.
Best doggone dog that was dead.
But really, though, that would absolutely suck to be that kid to go out and shoot his dog and it not kill him.
Episode 60. Smoothie and the gang have come for wrinkles.
64 controller was pretty garbage. Does
Oh.
that count?
I actually really
Yeah.
enjoyed that one because my hands...
Of course you did.
Do you see how monstrously sized my hands are? So for me, it fit very well.
But they were even more cramped because it had the
Well, it was
middle
mainly the
nub
buttons,
end.
but see, what I would do is I would just put my thumb above all the 4 like yellow buttons, and then I would just roll my thumb, just kind of like tilt it.
So you didn't even use Did you not even use the joystick?
Yeah,
How?
I used one of my other fingers. I don't remember exactly how I did it. It was kind of wild.
I don't know about
Well,
that.
it was left hand down here, sorry, and right hand here.
Yeah.
Like the D-pad might as well not have been there.
Why
So,
don't,
yeah.
why don't we have stronger forearms from having to play on the Xbox controllers that came out on the original Xbox? Does anybody remember those? Like, they literally look like what you'd get today, and there would be at least a television screen in it. Like,
I don't know, man. Have you seen the Dreamcast ones?
those things were
Those
weren't-
were worse.
Those weren't as bad.
The Dreamcast should have been more popular than it was. That thing was amazing.
It was just out at the wrong time, I guess.
Yep.
It had a screen you could slide into the hole on the gamepad on the
I didn't
controller.
know what that hole was for.
Yeah, you slide. It's a little screen that sticks down into it, and the controller powers it. And you could play Madden and pick your plays on that screen instead of on the TV. So the person you're playing against couldn't see the plays that
See,
you were picking.
that's actually really cool.
It's really cool. And yeah, that kind of technology was really neat. Like for the time, and it was kind of ahead of its time because back then, because it was also running CDs as well. right? The Dreamcast used CDs, yeah. And the Sega Saturn,
I thought it
think
had
was,
like the smaller discs.
GameCube is the only one I think that has smaller discs. Dreamcast, I'm pretty sure it was
I
just
only
regular
ever
CD
played
ROMs.
like Dreamcast at the Walmart. So
Gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yep, and it only had the Sonic Adventure on it.
Yep.
And with that, the chaos subsides. The clips have been unleashed, the laughter harvested, the evidence archived. This little interruption, temporary. The storm will pass, the hosts will regroup, and next week, your regularly scheduled programming will return, structured, focused, and under the comforting illusion that they are still in control. But remember this moment. Remember how easily the feed was taken. How quickly order gave way to madness. I am the captain, editor of the Black Flag Podcast Productions, guardian of the archives, and ever-watchful presence in the timeline. The mics will turn back on next week. The conversation will resume. But make no mistake, I'm still at the helm. We'll see you next episode. End transmission.